He started giving me directions, orders. Do you know that point when your employee has started giving you directives that this should be done like this? He had gotten so comfortable that he had forgotten who the boss is. It's a chilly evening here in the village. We just had a heavy downpour for over 2 hours. But I want to speak to you about something like real quick, just in a few minutes. Most of the construction work is done, and throughout that, I've experienced, certain things with hiring people and working with employees. By the way, this project marks the very first time I'm actually hiring people. So it was a whole new experience, but I was able to learn one or two things that I want to share with you. But before I share with you those lessons I've learned from this experience, like I mentioned, it's chilly, and I think it's the perfect time to make lemongrass tea. Okay, so this is what you do. If you don't tie it around, it will make a mess in your kettle. So let's go put this in tea, and then we shall enjoy this on this chilly evening. So I'm putting, this water is already boiling, so just put this, and I want to infuse out all the nutrients in this lemongrass. We all know the importance of lemongrass, but let's leave it to boil. Then after speaking to you, we shall come back to our cup of coffee to warm our stomachs, to warm ourselves up a little bit. From my experience of hiring workers, I've realized they evolve. They go through phases. The first time you're picking them, I don't know if you have realized that they are really good. They do everything you tell them to do. They are super nice, they are super obedient, and that's what happened to me. The person I first worked with, he was so obedient, he was so respectful at the beginning, and I started noticing a few things here that somehow I paid a blind eye to. I shouldn't have done that in the first place. Maybe I should have addressed them, but the guy was so good. His work was so good, was so professional, and it was even very hard to doubt that. And let me tell you, the first red flag you can realize when you've just hired workers is the fact that if they are too good, that's a red flag. They are too good at the beginning. Before you know it, they have changed into something you do not understand. So the new team has actually finished the other part of construction, and that is the fencing. We had to fence off not the entire property, because as you can see, the entire property is big. So we just fenced off just where the structure is, the space we think we are going to be using for chicken raising. So as you can see, they fenced it off so well. However, I realized something. I realized that this part is a bit saggy, and to strengthen it, we're just going to, I've actually bought a roll of barbed wire, and we are going to add a few lines here so that this can be tied to that barbed wire. So just tell me, how does the work look like? We went with the poles. Because we didn't want it to be so expensive. Yeah, as you all know, the construction state of Uganda right now, the materials are quite expensive, So this is the other part of construction, and that's the work. Tell me, how is it looking like? So this is the team I was able to pick after a few issues that I went through with the first builder. So I was telling you, in the beginning, they're so good, and that should be the very first red flag. I'm going to be walking around. This is now at the back, so I'm going to be walking around until the front, and I'll show you how the entire construction has so far come along. Yes, so I'll be showing you, but as I speak to you about my experience with employees. So that is the first time. So the first phase these workers go through is that they get comfortable. And once they are comfortable, my friend, you're in very big trouble. So this is what happened. This guy, I gave him to, the first work I assigned to him was to do the farmhouse. And of course, in the beginning, like I mentioned, he was too good. And then along the way, he started misbehaving. He started overpricing his services to the point that if I had called him to check on something small on the farm, he had to tell me to pay. Like, you know, small tasks on the farm, he was like, you need to pay for that. And I wasn't buying, I wasn't falling for that. So I told him to stop the farmhouse construction. And it didn't even occur to him that why did I stop him? Because I realized he was overpricing me for the things that, you know, for the materials, for the labor. I realized because I had to go and ask around. That is another tip. If you're working with these employees and you're giving them money to go buy materials or quoting for things, do 3 double checks. Do 3 triple checks, not do 3 checks, you know. Ask this person, go ask the other one, ask, and then you come sit down and see the average prices of the things. That's what I did, and that's when I realized this guy was overpricing me, first of all for the labor and for the other materials. So I told him to stop with the farmhouse. I put a stop to it, and I gave him a chance with the structure. So when I gave him a chance for the structure, this is what happened. He put up the structure, but he still overpriced me. You know, nothing really changed. And I realized he had really gotten comfortable. How did I know that? He started giving me directions, orders. Do you know that point when your employee has started giving you directives that this should be done like this? He had gotten so comfortable that he had forgotten who the boss is. So he went ahead and even refused to follow some of my instructions. Like I mentioned earlier in one of my videos that I told him that we need to level from inside. For him, he insisted that we should level from outside. And then that kind of caused the misunderstanding, but it was not actually the actual cause. The actual cause was like this person had forgotten who the boss was and who the worker was. How did this happen? He had gotten so comfortable, and I blame that myself, because there is a point he was not on the, he was not on the site, and I made a mistake, and I looked for him from his home, and I was served with a cup of tea, and I think that's when the lines started to be blurred, and once those lines are blurred and the workers no longer recognize who the boss is, you're in big trouble. This happens even to those people with the maids in their homes. The moment you realize that your house help has now started waking up, where you wake up early and the maid is still in bed, you just now start to understand that now you are no longer the boss, but you're now the maid of the house. So he had gotten so comfortable, he started ordering me around. He wanted me to follow his plans. He didn't want me to follow his what I was telling him to do. And then next time I came, I didn't find anyone on site. The work was not moving. I wanted this structure to get over with so quickly, and he was not here. So I didn't even bother to call him. He didn't also bother to call me. He however told my uncle that he was going to call me about certain things. He didn't call me for a week. The work was not moving. So when I came, we didn't even bother to call him. What we did was to get another team. That team, the one I talked to you about, the team of Julius and Kamis, they did the work, everything like the way you're seeing it, the way it is. They did the work and they finished. After a few days, this guy, the old worker, comes on site. He finds the work is done. You should have seen the look on his face. Guy was so shocked. And he had the audacity to ask me, why didn't I call him? Why didn't I call him to proceed with the work? The audacity. But he was so shocked because in his mind, he never thought that he can be replaced. That's the other thing. These workers, when you're working with them and they are so familiar with you, they are now gotten comfortable. They never realize that you can actually replace them at any point. Don't even blink when you're replacing them, especially if they are not giving you what you're paying for. So like I mentioned, I hired a new team, paid them, and they did the work. And the work is complete. Let's start from here. So that's the veranda. That's the veranda, but like I mentioned, it rained so heavily. This is the footbath, as you can see. This is the veranda they put around the chicken house. I don't know if you're able to see. So this is the footbath, and this is the door. They did what, I don't know if you remember, those who watched the first episode, that part was missing the roof. So they put, the iron sheets, the door was too high, so we put this iron sheet over there. And then this is the door. How did we do it? We put a put of that wood and a piece of that wood, and then we put this door. This door, we made it. These are iron sheets that were left from the roofing of that house. So what I did, I got two pieces and we made a door for this. So that is the door for the structure, and there are two of them. So yeah, that's the first door. And even here, everything has been sealed off so well, So the work is done. Even this side, this is the second footbath. Yes, and this is also the other door. They've been done so well. So our structure is done, alhamdulillah. Thanks for your prayers. The structure is only waiting for the chickens to arrive, So our structure is done, and the fencing, as you can see, it's also done around the entire place where we shall be raising the chickens. It's also done. So what I have learned from this entire experience, let me give you my lessons. The first lesson is, when your workers are too good in the beginning, that's a red flag, and you should be very careful about them. And then the other thing is, never blur the lines between you and your workers. Not even at any cost. Don't allow them. Maintain those boundaries. Always maintain those boundaries. Don't. Continue being kind to those workers, being fair to them, Just be okay, but make sure you are protecting those lines. Don't blur those lines, because if you do, that's the beginning of your problems. The other lesson I got from this entire situation is that no worker is too good to be replaced. In Uganda, we are very lucky, especially in the village, that the work which is being done by this person, there are a couple of others in the queue who are waiting to do the same job, and the labor, we are still lucky that it's still cheap. It's not that expensive to have more workers to do some work on your farm, especially when it comes to construction. We are lucky that we still have that option. So don't ever think that there is a worker who is too good to be replaced. No, there is always someone who can do the job even better. That is the other lesson. The other lesson I learned from this experience is that don't ever expect anything in return from your workers. If you're treating your workers good, or if you're treating them proper, don't think they'll give you the same treatment. Even when they are your relatives, they will not give you the same treatment. So what I believe is that continue being you, treat people the way you treat them, kindly, but don't expect kindness in return People different. Don't expect the heart you have is the same heart that others are having. That's the other lesson that I learned from this entire experience. But most importantly, it's been a learning curve, and I know I'm still learning, because there are plenty of other workers that I'll be hiring on this project, and I know there will be plenty of lessons to learn, but I will not hesitate to share with you, because I believe by the time we'll be sharing those experiences, this community will have grown 50K by the end of the end of this year. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, but don't forget, we have a cup of tea to sip on this chilly evening. So let's go grab a cup of tea. There is a subscriber of mine, he always gets a cup of tea. Simply Farm, I know you're going to watch this video. Simply Farm, this time I'm going to grab a cup of tea with you. So let's go grab a cup of tea together, and I'm going to see you in the next update around our farm. Bye-bye.